What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to give you my review of The Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone. This is the first expansion pack by CD Projekt Red for their massive RPG, The Witcher 3. It is $10 on the PSN store, and this physical edition here, which comes with all the Gwen cards, is, I think it was $25, I think it was, yeah. But anyway, so let's begin and I'll give you my impressions. So overall, the game comes with around 10 hours of new content, including new mainline story quests, a couple side quests, some Witcher contracts, and new weapons and armor. There are some small areas to explore that have been added in north of Novigrad, so there are new locations to explore. They're very nice, very Halloween-like, so they're really cool like that. Got a really nice Halloween vibe, which is great for October. So you know that bald-headed guy, Gauntro Dim, you meet at the pub in the beginning of the game in White Orchard, and then he just disappears for the rest of the game? Well, he's back, and he's probably the most interesting character in this entire DLC. Now, I don't want to spoil too much because this is a very good DLC, it's a lot of fun, and adds a lot of great content to an already awesome game. So, no spoilers, but Gauntro Dim, this DLC has some great characters in it. So you basically start off this DLC by going to a notice board and then going to this mansion to meeting up with this guy called Von Everec. Now he basically gives you this contract to go kill this giant frog, which you've seen in the trailer, and pretty much that all goes to shit, and then the story goes on from there. So you get captured by some Ophiri warriors after defeating the Prince Frog. And then Gauntro Dim shows up and he's like, it's a deal. You have to do these 3 missions if he helps you escape for Von Everec to settle some sort of debt. And then the story goes on from there. You know, you do these 3 tasks and they are a lot of fun. So basically these 3 tasks are the main body of the main story, and they pretty much consist of attending a wedding with a ghost, a heist sort of like GTA where you need to go around and pick the buddies you need to pull off the heist with, and going to the Von Everec estate and pretty much getting him an item. So that's all I'm going to say about the story because it's really interesting and I want you to experience it for yourself. There's also a lot of humour in the story as well. You're going to get a good laugh out of it. There's a different side to Geralt you haven't seen before. And also the combat. There's a lot of boss battles in this DLC, which is great. There are a lot of cool boss battles. Pretty much there's 3 boss battles in the first 2 hours of the game, and they're really exciting and challenging. That's another thing. The game is a lot more challenging than the main Witcher 3 game. So if you're playing on Deathmarch, you're going to have a hard time with this DLC. I was playing on Story and Sword, and I was having a hard time with these bosses. You're definitely going to have to use your oils and use your potions to get through these boss battles and fights. I actually found the main story missions to be more enjoyable and just a lot more variety in them compared to the main storyline from the original Witcher 3. Yeah. Now with the side missions, you know, they're not really anything special really. They're your usual track this down, find that, kill that sort of missions, you know, which is fine. There's also one thing I forgot to mention. There's also a new romantic option for Geralt. So if you played the first Witcher, you probably know who I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't really understand, or CD Projekt Red haven't really explained yet. I've tried looking it up, but I haven't found anything about it. If you do decide to go with this romance option, which I did, of course, why wouldn't I? There's a nice scene involving a boat on a lake. But does this affect your previous relationships if you haven't beaten the game yet already? So I have beaten the game. I did go with Triss. But does this affect your relationship with them in the next DLC? If you know. But so yeah, don't know if that affects that really. I don't think it does, but hopefully CD Projekt Red put something out there in the forums just in case you don't decide to go with her, or if you do, and that sort of stuffs it up if you haven't beaten the game yet. So anyway, So is there anything wrong with this DLC? Not really. There is a huge patch, a 17 gigabyte patch. If you do want to play the game, you have to install that on top of the 10 gigabyte download, which didn't take too long actually to play Hearts of Stone. But the 17 gigabyte patch, it does add some fixes, but Geralt still controls sort of shit, and the horse still controls like a wet mop. But you get used to it and it's fine. So really, there's nothing really that wrong with the DLC. It's great. I'm going to give this DLC an A+. So yeah, that's really it. That's Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone. Definitely worth picking up. Gives you 10 hours of content and has some great story missions and a lot of variety in them as well. Can't wait for Blood and Wine, which adds a whole new continent which hasn't been scarred by the war yet, and adds 20 hours of content. So thank you for watching my first review. I will be doing movie reviews as well, and Fallout 4 unboxing when that comes out. So thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe and leave a like down the bottom if you enjoyed this video. See you later.